Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Groden Park in Fairbanks, Alaska. Today we have a matchup between the Alaska Goldpanners and the Boulder Collegians. This is going to be a doubleheader today, with the first game starting right now, approximately 6 p.m. Mountain Time. That's 4 p.m. local time. Second game will begin 30 minutes after the conclusion of Game 1. This Game 1 is a makeup game from last night's postponement due to the rain that has been pouring in the Fairbanks area for the past 3 days up here in the last frontier. Right now, the Goldpanners lead the series 3-1. Collegians stole game number 1 14-9 before dropping 3 in a row. Games 2 and 3 were handled easily by the Goldpanners, but a valiant effort from the Boulder Collegians, which saw them cut the game to just 1 run in the top of the 8th inning, fell short as the Goldpanners were able to score 2 more runs in the bottom of the 8th and secure that 5-2 win on Thursday. So this is the first time they've been out here since Thursday night. Both teams probably with a much needed day off, now both well rested coming into today. On the mound for the Goldpanners is Ian Torpy. He's going to be a right-handed hurler out of the University of Northern Colorado up in Greeley. Hometown is San Jose, California. Ian Torpy teammates with Garrett Fisher and Ian Isdale.
Leading off for the Collegians, number 23, Nick Upstill.
And with that, we're ready to get set with the left-handed hitter out of left field, Nick Upstill. Nick Upstill out of Huntington Beach, California, and he is hailing from San Francisco State University. First pitch set to come in. And this one's going to catch the edge of the zone for strike 1. And Upstill, a productive hitter in this series so far. 2 triples just this week. It's the 0-1 set to come in from Torpy. And Upstill's going to see it go low for ball 1. And Upstill had himself a key triple in the top of the 8th that helped the Collegians score both their runs. So the 1-1 is set to come into him. And he tips this one back to the backstop and brings up a 1-2. Last game for Upstill this evening. He will not be traveling to Wichita along with many of the California players on this team as the 1-2 comes in and check swing here, and they're going to say that he went. And so that's going to be good for out number 1. Upstill swings and misses and gives Torpy his first strikeout of the game. No scoreboard today on the screen, but we will continuously update you both on the broadcast and in the chat, so stay in the live chat box where we will update in between every half inning. We will also periodically be panning to the scoreboard. First pitch coming in right now, this is Lane Oliphant. He is playing designated hitter. And Lane Oliphant, his last games will also be today for the Boulder Collegians. So he is attending the University of San Francisco. He gets set for the 0-1. Off-speed pitch, this one goes in for strike 2. The 0-2. Oliphant pops this one up. And the catcher, David Martin's going to handle that with ease to retire Oliphant and bring up 2 outs.
Now batting number 8, Brady Miguel.
Brady Miguel now comes up to the plate, and he's going to be playing shortstop today. That is his natural position, what he typically plays out in California when he's with Cal State Monterey Bay. Played a little third base this week, a little second base. As this first pitch comes in, he's going to tip it back to bring up an 0-1 count. But John Gazdar getting an off day today, and so that'll slide Brady Miguel into that shortstop position. John Gazdar actually on first base, serving as a first base coach right now. As the 0-1 from Ian Torpy comes in, it's going to catch the bottom corner of the zone for strike 2. You can see there John Gazdar sitting there at first base as the 0-2 set to come in. Swing and a miss. Catcher's going to drop it. Miguel's going to go to first, but they're going to get the out. 2 Pierce at first base, and that's going to retire the side. And so Collegians go out in order and are held scoreless in the top of the first as Preston Tenney's going to come on the mound for his first start of the week and try to get off to a good start. We'll take a quick break and then be right back from Fairbanks. Welcome back to Alaska as we get set for the first inning on the mound for Preston Tenney. And he's going to pitch against the designated hitter, Garrett Cooper. As the first pitch from Tenney comes in, and it's going to be right into the zone for strike one. Behind the mound is going to be Nolan Ackerman. He's going to get his first start behind home plate for the Collegians this season. The 0-1 comes in, and Cooper's going to take a swing at this one, and it's going to go in for strike two. And Ackerman, out of San Mateo College, graduated with Preston Tenney at Chaparral High School down in Parker, Colorado. So the 0-2 is in, and that fastball is going to miss high for ball one. And so some familiarity right there. Ackerman catching for Tenney back in high school when they made a deep Elite Eight run in their senior year. The 1-2 comes in. That one's going to be into the zone, strike three. And Tenney strikes out the first batter he goes against, looking for out number one.
Batting next, number 8, Luke Glasgow.
That'll bring up Luke Glasgow, the center fielder. And Luke Glasgow went 5 for 5 in that 14-9 game on Monday. Has slowed down since production-wise. As this first pitch from Tenney comes into him, it's going to be a fastball that's going to hit low for ball one. And Tenney out of Northeast College out in Norfolk, Norfolk, Nebraska. Second pitch coming in, and that one's going to catch the inside of the zone for strike one. He's going to go there for his third academic year. It'll be his second year of eligibility. Big strikeout guy, and we already saw that right there. One batter up, one strikeout as the 1-1 comes in. And that one's going to catch the edge of the zone as well. Strike two, and he's been dealing with a nagging knee injury all season long. Got a start early in the season and then took almost over a month off. But recently has been inserted back into the lineup. Started last week in a game against the Lumberjacks, I believe, and pitched 2 innings. So the 1-2 is in, and that one's going to be just outside. Pitched 2 innings just to kind of get used to throwing a large amount again, but Now he's back on the mound and likely expected to go 3 or 4 innings today as the 2-2 comes in, and that one's going to be low and load things up at 3-2. Cloud cover, but no rain clouds, thankfully. As last night we sat here in a 1-hour rain delay awaiting the status of the game until it was finally announced that we were going to play a doubleheader tonight. Full count. And we'll see if he went, and they're going to say he doesn't. And so Glasgow's going to advance to first base. That's going to put the first batter on
Number 18, Ryan Pierce.
of the day for either team. And Ryan Pierce is going to come up, and Ryan Pierce with a home run 2 nights ago. And Collegians did not do a bad job, especially on the mound. Theo Dobkins came out and pitched a fantastic game on Thursday, only allowing 2 runs through 6 innings. Unfortunately, gave up that home run to Ryan Pierce, but other than that, played a very solid game. But just could not get the proper support from the bats. As this one comes in, it's going to go low for ball 1. And Collegians put up 14 runs on Monday, and since then have only put up 5 runs total. 1-0 to the first baseman, Ryan Pearson. He gets a little tip on this one and hacks it back to even things up at 1-1. Bottom of the first. Still no score as there's 1 out and 1 runner on. This ball comes in. It's going to miss outside for ball 2. No scoreboard on the screen today, but we will periodically be panning to the scoreboard here at the stadium, and we'll be also updating every half inning in the live chat. As the 2-1 comes in, and Pierce is going to get under this one and send it foul to the beer deck right above the Collegians dugout. And one of the main concerns coming into today was how the dugouts were going to be affected by the rain, and Collegians showed up to a flooded dugout. They actually got some concrete blocks and were walking over those before in the pregame. Since then, the Goldpanners have come out and vacuumed up some of the water as Pierce sends this one high into right field. And it's going to drop before the right fielder, A.J. Rucco, can get to it. And the count will stay at 2-2. Collegians got off to slow starts on Tuesday and Wednesday's game. First 3 batters on both Tuesday and Wednesday scored. And right away caused there to be a 3-0 lead for the Goldpanners. But Dobkins got off to a good start the other night, and Tenney looking to get off to one here as he's locked up on a 2-2, and that one's going to be low and bring up another full count. And Tenney will be someone that will head to Wichita with the Collegians in about a week from this Wednesday, when they'll start on August 4th in the NBC tournament. This one's going to come in. It's going to be shot down the third base line and foul. Fairbanks, Alaska, not far from North Pole, Alaska, which has one of the biggest Santa exhibits in the country, in the world for that matter. Some of us went out there and checked it out, and with the moisture, man, these mosquitoes are no joke out here. So that one's going to be sent foul. The field here actually has a mosquito repellent that helps protect the players from the mosquitoes that are pretty vicious up here in Alaska. Three-two runner on first, and that one's going to go outside for ball 4. So back-to-back walks. It's going to put runners on first and second now.
Now batting number 29, Grady Morgan.
So no runs scored yet, but 2 walks, 1 out, puts 2 runners on now. 0-0 in the bottom of the first as Grady Morgan, the right fielder, comes up to the plate. And Grady Morgan, also someone that's hit a home run in this series, as that one's going to go low for ball 1. We want to thank you guys for checking in from Denver. Please stay active in the live chats. We'll try to answer all the questions we can. The 1-0 comes in from Tenney, and this one's going to be grounded to Chatterton at second. He's going to throw it to Miguel. The throw to first is not in time. But the Collegians are going to be caught sleeping defensively, and Glasgow's going to take advantage and come home for 1 run. And so Chatterton nearly turns 2 there.
Now batting number 17, Rob Matei.
But while the Collegians were busy focusing on that, Glasgow ran around third and came home. And the runner Morgan was going to be safe at first. Pierce is out at second. And this is Rob Matei coming up. He's going to take this one for strike 1. And that's unfortunate. Slow roller. Chatterton does a good job of fielding the ball and then throws it up to Miguel, who gets the force out at second. The throw to Garrett Fisher at first is not in time. As off goes Morgan. The throw is going to be in time. And so Nolan Ackerman with a great throw to Jackson Chatterton, who just gets the tag down. And that will retire the side, but not before 1 run does come in for the Goldpanners. That's Glasgow coming home and giving Alaska an early 1-0 lead as we head into the top half of the second inning. Torpy's going to remain on the mound for the Goldpanners. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Alec Ackerman up now, the third baseman. He's going to take this first pitch from Torpy in the top of the second for strike 1. Goldpanners take a 1-0 lead off a Luke Glasgow run. The 0-1 is set to come in. Ackerman's going to hack at this one, and it's going to go down the first base line and go foul just out of reach of Ryan Pierce and make it a quick 0-2 count. Alec Ackerman going 1 for 2 on Thursday. And Collegians only getting entirely through the order 3 times as he hacks at this one and sends it foul.
That's a Goldpanners foul ball.
And unfortunately for Alec Ackerman, he seems to always come up to the plate with 2 outs. So nice for it to see him lead off here. As the 0-2's coming in. And he's going to see that one go for ball 1. In the on-deck circle is Garrett Fisher. One, two. And that one's going to be sent into right field, and it's going to drop. Going around first is Ackerman. He's going to stand up into second for a leadoff double. So Alec Ackerman with a great shot into the right field gap. It just stays on that line there as Grady Morgan goes out to grab it.
Number 1, Garrett Fisher.
And the Collegians are going to get a runner on with no outs. Garrett Fisher now up, going against his college teammate Torpy up at UNC Greeley. Torpy with a look at Ackerman, and Fisher's going to let this one go for ball 1. Garrett Fisher also out of Rocky Mountain High School. 7-inning game today for game number 1. We're going to have both games live streamed on this link. But we'll go 7 innings here, and then about 30 minutes after the conclusion, we'll go 7 innings for game number 2. Weather right now is currently 66 degrees and partly cloudy. No rain clouds, though, and sun is peeking out a little bit, helping drying up some of the moisture that came in overnight, as well as last evening and all throughout yesterday. 1-0 to Fisher, runner on second, no outs. This ball comes in, and that one's going to be down the middle for strike 1. And Garrett Fisher playing first base today, and he said all year he's fine playing first base. His preferred position is catcher. Collegians brought 3 catchers up here, though. All of them in the lineup today, but Nolan Ackerman getting the start behind home plate. It's the 1-1, and Fisher's going to send this one to second. They're going to get the force out at first, but Ackerman will advance to third with Jackson Chatterton coming up to the plate.
Chatterton.
Jackson Chatterton playing second base today. Has also played designated hitter throughout the week. Got an inning on the mound as well. This pitch comes in, he swings hard at it for strike 1. And Chatterton, 2-sport athlete in high school, played quarterback. Strong kid now. Said he was 150 pounds coming out of high school, now around 180, 185. So he didn't start lifting until he got to college and has put on a good amount of weight now as he swings at this one for 0-2. Runner on third base with just 1 out. That's Alec Ackerman. In the on-deck circle is Alec's younger brother, Nolan. 0-2 from Torpy. He gets the sign from the catcher, Martin. Takes a quick look at third. The 0-2 to Chatterton, and he's going to smack this one foul to keep the at-bat alive. That one's going to be way inside, and Chatterton's going to see that one go for ball 1. Chatterton out of Bradley University, along with the center fielder Ryan Vogel. One, 2. That one going to be high and inside as well, and even things up at 2-2. Chatterton's been a powerful baseball hitter since the 8th grade. Said he hit about 14 home runs in his 8th grade year. A lot of the guys said they hadn't hit a home run until college, and he was out here before even being in high school hitting them. So very experienced and talented young ball player. So the 2-2 comes in, and he's going to swing and miss at that one for strike 3.
Now batting number 18, Nolan Ackerman.
Nolan Ackerman now up to the plate for his first at-bat today. And he swung the bat very well this week. Got a hit on Monday in his first game. Came in yesterday, or on Thursday, and got 2 hits as well. And he'll look to try and bring in his brother as this breaking ball drops in for strike one. 1-0 Goldpanners. Top of the second inning. 2 outs, 1 runner on, and this one's going to be inside for ball 1. In the on-deck circle is A.J. Rucco with Ryan Vogel in the hole. And that'll bring us to the bottom of the order with Ryan Vogel. 1-1. And Ackerman gets some contact on this one. We'll see if he can beat the throw to first, and he will not. So Ackerman comes home, but his younger brother is out at first, and that retires the side, and no runs will be scored. So we'll head into the bottom of the second. Collegians leave a runner on third as Preston Tenney comes back out to the mound. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll be right back from Fairbanks.
If you're not already
Back in Alaska for the bottom of the second inning. Goldpanners currently up 1-0 over the Boulder Collegians. As Tenney comes back onto the mound to pitch against Rob Matei. And Matei is going to send this one foul down the right field line. Matei had his at-bat interrupted
visit goldpanners.com for more information.
In the bottom of the first inning after Nolan Ackerman was able to throw out Grady Morgan at second. This one's going to miss the zone for ball 1. One, and that one's going to be smacked foul. 1-2. The 1-2. And that one's going to be sent into right field. And diving for the grab is A.J. Rucco. What a grab. A.J. Rucco loses his hat there, but is able to come up with the spectacular grab. And certainly if that would have passed, that would have been extra bases, but Rucco lays out and gets it for out number 1. Collegians have had some pretty amazing plays out in the outfield. Nick Upstill out in left seems to have a sliding play every other inning to retire the side. So that first pitch from Tenney is in for strike 1. This is David Martin now to the plate. 0-1. And that breaking ball is going to miss for ball 1. 1-1 count, 1 out. Fastball is going to miss inside for ball 2. David Martin out of Cal Baptist University in Chino Hills, California. Plays in the whack. As this one's going to be sent to second. Chatterton's going to handle it. Make the throw to first. And a great job from Chatterton there. Chatterton's such a talented middle infielder and has just been so consistent at second. And right there, that's just an easy ball for him to handle. And Fisher doing a good job getting the out at first.
Marco Piricello.
Marco Piricello comes up. And Piricello playing second base today. And with the Goldpanners, they seem to switch positions every single game. Luckily, they didn't switch the lineup up too much from what they were supposed to have yesterday, so didn't have to change anything on my scorecard as the 1-0 comes in. That one's going to be low, ball 2. But every game seems they have a new third baseman or second baseman or some sort of middle infielders now on the pitching mound. As the 2-0 comes in, and that one's going to be high for ball 3. 2 outs right here in the bottom of the second inning. And the crazy thing is that all of their middle infielders or outfielders that they do put on the mound as the 3-0 comes in, and that one's going to be right down the gut for strike 1. Every middle infielder or field player they bring in, they do good on the mound, and they trick up the Collegians a little bit. And Boulder's tried that a little bit. They've thrown Lane Oliphant, they've thrown Jackson Chatterton. They've done a good job. As this one's going to be sent into deep right field. And it's going to be sent out of here for a home run. And so on a 3-1 count, Piricello just smacks this one into deep right field. And all A.J. Rucco can do is watch as the Goldpanners get their 4th home run of the series. And Collegians take an early 2-0 deficit.
Now batting number 2, Carson Gross.
And with 2 outs, that's a hard one for the Collegians to swallow there. As the first pitch comes into Carson Gross, and it's going to be high. Carson Gross also out of University of Northern Colorado, out of Folsom, California. And he comes up, and he also went on the mound. He's a middle infielder. It's the 1-0. This one's going to be popped up. And easy for Chatterton to get for out 3, but not before a home run gives the Goldpanners a 2-0 lead. And yet again, the Collegians find themselves in an early hole. We'll see what they can do on the offensive side of things, as we'll take a quick break and then be right back with A.J. Rucco up to the plate. First pitch into Rucco is swung on and missed. So you get a quick 0-1 count, and Rucco fresh off of a spectacular diving catch out in right field as he sees this one go for ball 1. And Ruocco had a shot at getting a play out in foul territory earlier, and it just went by him as he smacks this one back to the backstop. But on this one, he wasn't going to let this chance go by. And we hope you guys got a good look at that diving grab that retired the first out of the inning. It's the 1-2 set to come into him, and he sees it go inside for ball 2. Do a quick update in the chat for you guys. As again, we have no graphic scoreboard, as this one's going to be high, and that's going to load things up at 3-2. But Marco Piricello with a 1-run homer out into right field in the bottom of the second inning to put the Goldpanners up 2-0. 3-2 count to Ruocco, and he's going to send this one foul straight back to us. And that may have been close to where our friends for the Alaska Goldpanners are sitting, so doesn't seem like it got into the press box, but definitely hit it hard. We're pretty high up here behind home plate as a 3-2 is going to come in, and that one's going to be right down the middle. And Ruocco knows it as he walks back to the dugout, and we get set for the bottom of the order with Ryan Vogel.
Now batting number 1, Ryan Vogel.
One out. Torpy comes up again, and Vogel's going to smack this one into center field. And it looks like that's going to be Luke Glasgow on the easy grab to retire out number 2. Quick 2 outs.
Number 23, Nick Upstill.
And seems to be the story for Boulder all week, despite game number 1. Where they were able to put up 14 runs, and part of that was a 7-run top of the 3rd inning. This pitch comes in, and Upstill's going to swing hard at it, bring up 0-1. And actually, the other day, now that we're talking about the press box, the other day, we noticed a little bit of shaking up here. The 0-1 comes in, it's going to be low for ball 1. And I was told by one of the people from the Goldpanners that up here in Fairbanks, there had actually been an earthquake that had occurred during the 7th inning. I thought it had just been mild wind, maybe shaking us. We're all the way up here. So sometimes when the music